So all you little nosy self said you wanted story times about what it was like growing up being the youngest of 36 children. Now, if you're new here, calm down. You did hear me correctly. I am the youngest of 36 children born to my father. So let's get into it, shall we? Starting off strong with the obvious. Papa was a rolling stone. One thing I will never do is paint my father or this family dynamic out to be anything other than what it was. Toxic. And there is a particular movie line that comes to mind whenever I talk about this.
Girl, child ain't safe in a family mansion.
I really hope that you are picking up what I am putting down, but in case you missed it, let me spell it out for you. I have a brother who went to prison for being a sexual deviant. I have several other brothers who never faced the consequences of their deviance. Several of my brothers and sisters came up through the crack era.
Crack is whack.
I think it's important to note that my next oldest sister from me is about 13 years older than I am. And it goes up from there, 13, 15, 17, so on and so forth. So basically, when I was a child, little, 3, 4, 5, they were elder teenagers. When I got about 8, 9, 10, they were grown. And my father was a full-blown tyrant. Now, a handsome, charismatic, talented tyrant, but a tyrant nonetheless. Now, what do I mean by tyrant? And I'm not sure how far down that rabbit hole I am willing to go and how much I am willing to share, but I will say this. In the beginning of this, I asked you, what kind of man do you think it would take to pull this off? The kind of man who creates a world where whatever he says is the truth, even if it's a lie, even if you know that it's a lie, even if he knows that you know that he knows that you know it's a lie, it is still the goddamn truth, because this is his world and you're just in it. The interesting thing about my father, at least when it came to me, as horrible as he was to the women in his life, he was heavily invested in me never becoming like one of them with another man. So he schooled me a lot. And when I was 14 years old, he told me, you're never going to get married. And he said his reason for telling me that was, and I quote, because you will never be dumb enough to be any man's wife. I've shown you too much. And this was the juxtaposition with my dad. This was the interesting thing about him, that if you talk to one person, they would tell you one thing about him. You talk to somebody else, they might get a whole different experience. I think that is how he was able to pull all of this off, is because nobody could quite get a grip on who he really was. And if you could, he didn't allow you to hold on to it for too long. On a little bit lighter, but no less chaotic note, every couple of years, a new sibling would show up. I didn't have a problem with that so long as you were older. And it could be minutes, hours, months, years, didn't matter as long as you were older. Because what I was not going to do was give up my coveted position as the baby of the family. Now, I don't know how deep down this rabbit hole y'all want to go with me, because the stories are, and I have not even scratched the surface. Now, y'all let me know in the comment section if you want me to keep going. We can start part 2 with living arrangements.